Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geek Tank, where everything is a matter of geek. I'm your host, Zia.
And I'm your host, Kay.
And today we're talking about Omni Fandom Expo, which we just attended last weekend?
Yep,
or the weekend before? It was the weekend of St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. So there you go. That tells you why we don't remember which weekend.
Exactly. Even though we only had one beer.
But
yeah, that's funny. This is like the only con we've gone to in a while where we didn't drink.
That's true. Yeah.
Unless you count Anime Day Orlando, but that's a day affair. And it's only daytime, and come on, who daytime drinks? Don't you say you, Zio, when we're at a weekend con. That doesn't count because it's like time has come to a standstill.
That's true. Well, Omni Fandom Expo, anyways, advertises itself to be the biggest, littlest con.
The biggest, littlest con.
That you'll attend all year. Which it truly did
fair.
feel like.
It is a little con. Like we've said before on this show, I like little cons.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're more intimate affairs. And Omni Fandom Expo was that. It don't mean nothing dirty. Intimate just means closer.
Intimate affairs.
Yes. An intimate affair where no intimacy happened. At least not to my knowledge. I didn't see anything lewd going on. I don't know what happens in hotel rooms, but...
Mm-hmm. So, what was your experience like going to... This was your first Omni Fandom Expo, right?
This was my first, and this is your second, right?
This is my second. Because before I know they rebranded everything.
Yeah, so originally, they were originally Omni Expo, right?
They were originally Omni Expo, and then...
I've heard so many different names for it before. I've heard OmniCon, which I'm pretty sure is just flat out wrong. I've heard Omni Expo, which it used to be, and it's now been rebranded as Omni Fandom Expo.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you out there wondering, yes, it is officially Omni Fandom Expo.
Yes.
But, this was my first one, and I had fun. It reminded me a lot of EY. This is less on the con, but I didn't care for the location because it's Florida Mall, and Florida Mall is on OBT, and OBT is not so nice a place.
Well, it's also the fact that it's right by our job. So it's
that too. So I'm just like, oh, I'm too fucking close to the real world right now.
So, yeah, there's nothing you can do with that location-wise. Really,
Yeah, they were working with their budget.
They're working with their budget. Like I said, this is one of the first conventions I've been to, and I've been to a lot of conventions, but this is the first time I've been to a convention where I've understood on what it takes to make a convention.
Yeah. So, going off of that, this con is small, and they're trying to grow. And apparently there are a lot of people out there that have the mentality that, oh, Omni Fandom Expo, they are a small con. I will attend the con when it gets bigger. And guys and girls out there, that's the wrong mentality to have about it. If you really love con culture and going to cons and you want to see more cons, attend more cons. Attend the smaller ones even, because they will not become large cons if you don't. And I mean, we're living in a society where competition actually breeds betterment. So it's like you don't want it to end up being just a few cons around. If you love cons, support as many as you can.
That's true. I mean,
help them grow.
I mean, that's how they're gonna get better guests and better events at their convention, is by more attendance.
Mm-hmm. And each con seems to have its own special little niche that it fills. They each offer something a little bit different. For instance, you have Hallmat, which is it's a Christmas themed convention. So I have yet to see anything else like that. We've got AFO in the summer, which is that's pool party con to me.
Yeah, pool party and Mind Awakening.
Yeah, well, for us, Mind Awakening. Some people like to stay away from the Mind Awakening. They kind of too much downloads. But yeah, so basically, each con has its thing to offer. And what are some things that Omni offered, Kay, that you liked about it?
One of the main things that I loved was Paul St. Peter's pirate panel. Even though I didn't participate in it, you did. You
I
killed your
participated.
voice.
No, I didn't kill my voice. I killed my voice during the Eject panel that I host at AFO. I didn't take it to that extreme, but I did feel it.
And so that was an amazing experience because, God, I mean, we were fortunate enough that we were able to interview Paul St. Peter at Omni Fandom Expo.
So for those of you out there that are fans of Naruto or Kingdom Hearts or Digimon or the 100 other fucking animes that Paul St. Peter's been in, definitely if he's ever a guest at a con you're going to, be sure to meet him because he's legendary as far as the voice actor goes. He has over 200 roles. His range is amazing. The man is just a thoroughly creative person. We also have an interview that's going to be live tomorrow. Not live as in we're recording it live, but it's going to be up on YouTube tomorrow. So that'll be like the companion piece to this. So definitely check that out. Really cool person.
Mm-hmm. And it's just so much knowledge. I mean, like I said it in that interview, which you'll see, he is like the Ernest Hemingway of just the acting industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's done theater, voice acting. He's a dialectician.
Historian.
He's a historian.
There's so much things that I learned. Just like even in that pirate panel, like the lore behind pirates and the stuff that we use today. Certain like sentences that we use today, like just it was just like wow.
Well, another thing is that some of the roles he's done, I had no clue that he did them. Like, I remember finding out at EY that he voiced Punch from Cowboy Bebop, and I think you and I both had the same reaction. We're just like, what? What? He was Punch?
Yeah.
Because Punch is this crazy character that he's got a Texan accent and a Mexican accent that he just keeps switching back and forth between. And it's like, I thought it was an actual Mexican person doing the voice. Yeah. No, it was Paul St. Peter. He's just that good at matching dialects that...
I mean, the fact that he was in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. He was in Resident Evil 5 as one of the zombies.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to speak Swahili and Zulu.
Yeah. But that's something we'll save for you guys in the interview because it is a real treat just to hear him speak about all his industry experience and all the things he's done and just acting in general. As far as other guests go, who else were you excited to see at Omni Fandom Expo?
Well, Sawa did an amazing performance at Omni Fandom Expo.
And she was also the one who did the soundtrack, or she did some of the soundtrack for Final Fantasy Type 0, I believe.
Final Fantasy Type 0 and The World Ends With You.
Oh, she did that one too.
Yes.
Okay, that I did not know. See, I'm still learning things.
And so she had brought on a new guitarist as well. So they had a kick-ass performance. Rhythm Bastard
also performed there.
And as you saw, we interviewed him at Omni Fandom Expo.
That interview is already up on the channel, so check that out if you haven't.
Derek Stephen Prince was there. He's a big-time voice actor as well. Most of the cast of Darling in the Franxx was there.
They had the art directors for Naruto Shippuden and Death Note.
And the art director of the Sailor Moon and Pokemon.
That's right.
So seeing them draw, like they had their panel of their live drawing, and it was just to see those guys, those legends in the industry.
So I'm going to have to cheat and look at my notes because one of the art directors was hilarious. Super funny guy. During the closing ceremonies, it was Mamoru Yokota.
Yeah.
He got up there and gave a speech unlike anyone else. He said he was really glad to have come to America for the first time because he's a bigger guy, and he said that the reason he was so glad was that people in America are more like his size. And then he went on to say that he had a great time talking with girls, and he was hoping to do more with girls. But he didn't get that far, and he hopes that he's invited back so he has another chance next time.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he said this all in joke, like jest. He was joking. He was just being a jokester. So he wasn't, being offensive. He was just being silly. But dude is hilarious.
Yeah, and then to see them like actually live draw animation wise, and like to see like these legends just draw things that you've been watching for years.
Yeah.
See them in work.
See,
it was an amazing experience.
The one thing I wish is that I either knew Japanese or that the art directors knew English, because I would have liked to talk to them about it more.
Well,
of course, they had a fantastic translator, but it's also difficult to do that. Like I would have liked to interview them, is basically what I'm saying, and that's kind of hard with that translator. But yeah, definitely it was cool to see them draw. It was great to see that he had a a good sense of humor. Who else was there? There was Bruce Carr, the Balloon Man, who is typically at cons around Florida. I know that. I don't know if he travels out of state or if he's even from Florida. That I don't know.
I think he is from Florida.
Probably. Who else was there?
The mall was there.
The mall? Yeah, Florida Mall. It made it easy to find food, at least.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice.
Do you know how many pretzels I ate during the convention?
Yeah, because you dragged me with you to Auntie Anne's every time. Sponsor us, Auntie Anne's.
I eat your pretzels all the time.
Yeah, at conventions.
Especially when they're in the mall. I mean, I gotta have my pretzel. I can't.
Do you know how many times people stop me to ask about Omni Fandom Expo?
How many?
Dude, I can't even. I don't have enough fingers.
Really? They didn't ask me.
They kept asking me. I don't know.
That's
so many people stop me walking through the mall. I'm just like, yeah, it's happening over at the Florida hotel. Like, oh yeah, like what's it like? And I'm just giving everyone the same spiel. It's like, oh, it's an anime comics convention. People dress up like their favorite anime, video game, whatever characters, and they all just go and have a good time. They're like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, you can go check it out. I'm just like, no. I was like, okay.
All right. Why you stop me? Like,
well, because I was the only one that looked like a normie at the time, because I didn't cosplay this weekend.
Yeah, I
didn't feel like I was tired. Well, you're scary tattoo man.
Yes.
Look at this guy with his big beard and his tattoos and his.
I guess. Trying to grow the beard out.
And you already have it.
No, it's got to be bigger.
What are you going for, Kratos?
Yeah, man.
Okay, your tattoos are all wrong for Kratos. And you need to find a boy, because I don't got no hair no more.
You're gonna be my boy.
No, I'm Statham now. I'm Jason Statham. I'm gonna cosplay the Meg.
One of the awesome panels that we also got to see was the bad script reading panel.
Oh, that's right. All the voice actors got together and they had to go in blind reading a script.
Yeah, they were reading script from like Marvel movies, and they just had to put their own unique spin on these lines, and it was just amazing to see them at work. To see,
I don't remember what the first script was. I know there was Guardians of the Galaxy and Zootopia.
They had Zootopia. They had Infinity War.
Oh, was it Infinity War? Okay.
They had the whole scene with the Guardians of the Galaxy meeting Tony Stark. So it was like I think Derek Steven Prince did the one where for what Drax. Yeah.
Drax.
Where he was like, "Why is Gamora?" That line he did in his own unique take. It's like, "I'll do you one better." Why is like something like that? Like he did that kind of voice. It was hilarious. So
it's funny though, because it's called bad script reading, but it wasn't bad at all.
No, it was entertaining.
It was different than what you'd expect if you've seen those movies, but good.
So what were some standout things for you?
The game room, because we got to play Under Night, which is a fighting game. It's actually an old fighting game that's making a comeback.
Yeah.
Some of you are going to know what I'm going to talk about, or what I'm talking about when I say that it's coming to Evo.
Yeah.
They took out Smash Bros. Melee, and now Under Night is in.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wow, that's something else.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's fun. It's
Is
another
it-
art
is it-
system works game.
Is it fun, Zia?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
Yeah. What, are you referring to me getting mad at the fighting game?
Yes.
I get mad when I'm trying to learn something and I can't get it.
Tell us the story behind about your thumb. What happened to your thumb?
I got a blister on my thumb because I kept trying to do these inputs. I'm thinking like you got to play at like Street Fighter or something and start doing the special inputs, but no, you pretty much just button mash like Dragon Ball Fighters and it does the combos.
But it's got depth to it.
It's got more depth than Fighters. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't have depth, but I was playing it entirely wrong, and then I'm just like, I've been trying so hard, like wondering why I can't get these shits to connect, and it's just like, oh wait, no, you just square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. I'm just like, okay,
Dude, you straight
now
up
I'm
were
wrecking.
like...
My fucking thumb was hurting, dude.
I'm just like, I don't take it so seriously, though.
No, you always take it seriously. It's serious business to me. Fighting is life. It's about the sport. You're weak, Kate. Weak.
No, I was whooping ass.
You're weak, fool. No, not after I learned auto combo shit. Had I played phone on all day, I would have wrecked your ass time and again. You couldn't touch me. I'm just pulling out my Belmont shit. Whip, whip, pow, pow, pow.
So that was one of the cool things too, right? Like we finally got to see this main stage Evo game, and it was presented at this convention. We were like, oh shit, they have it here, so let's play it.
We also played Dead or Alive 6.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that?
Core values. That's all I'm gonna say.
Core value.
Core values.
Oh my god.
Another fun event was hosted by Alyssa and Geekapella. They did their
Oh, that's right. They had
their game night.
Yeah, it was like a collection of games that like it was just audience participation games, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Also got to know the Geekapella cast a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Would have liked to talk to them a little bit more, but in the future,
Yeah, yeah,
because they will be at more cons.
definitely give them a shout out. Check them out.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I don't know. I just remember the game room after that.
The game room. No, it was interesting. It's also, you know, like I said, we were so grateful that we were able to interview Paul St. Peter at this convention. I mean, after we got done with that interview, I was like, hey man, I need to buy you a beer or something. And then just to see him, the way that he poured his beer.
Yeah, so I learned something new. Apparently, if you pour a beer like slowly and down the center of the glass, you get more of the flavor evenly distributed throughout. So that's something new to me, and that was my phone. And now it's silenced.
Yeah. So that was just, you know, amazing to see. We were just like enamored, like, oh my god, what is he doing? Wow. Oh, this is how you get full flavor of a beer.
Well, see, I was like, shit, should I have done that with my beer? Am I a classless pleb now? Because I got my cider and I was just like, woo. I guess I'm off the hook because it was cider, not beer, that I had. Like, yes, I do like frou-frou shit. Don't judge me.
But then that's one of the great things about this convention too, right? Is that like it was the biggest, littlest con there is, but we got to know so many people. You get more in comparison to big cons. You know, you get overwhelmed with the stuff that they have, and then it's like you still like, at least for me. Yeah, I get to go to big cons with my friends and everything like that, but then there's still like this, you know, disconnect with the other people at the convention in comparison to that, making new friends in comparison to like a smaller convention.
Right,
like Omni
because
Fandom
I feel
Expo.
it's a little tougher when you go to somewhere as impersonal as, say, MegaCon to actually meet new people. I know for me personally, if I'm in a big crowd, I'm going to stick with who's around.
Yeah.
Or like who I know, I mean to say.
Yeah.
So when you're in a small setting like this and it's not so overwhelming, I think you're more likely to talk to other people, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And of course, a lot of the panels, like again, going back to Paul's pirate panel, got people actually interacting with each other. So that's nice.
Yeah, and just you're able to interact with the guest more as well.
Yeah. And one of the things about these small cons, it's like how am I trying to say this? I don't know if it's the guests they get or the setting that makes the guests want to interact more with their fans.
Yeah.
Because it was the same at EY that we were just hanging out with the guests in our room, having a party.
Yeah.
Just sitting there chatting. Yeah, we had a very low-key party at EY too, so that was nice. Actually got to talk with people. So.
Yeah, that was the great thing about this Omni Fandom Expo is that, we were able to interact with these guests that usually if you go to a big con, it's just like you wait in line, get your thing signed and go.
Yeah.
Wait in line, get your thing signed and go. You don't get that
just because there's so many people.
Yeah. So, and the quality of guests at this convention was just phenomenal. And just to see them actually in their element, like I said, bad script reading, to see them actually use their talent.
Or the artists actually drawing.
The artists actually drawing. And them, instead of just having like a Q&A panel that you usually have at most conventions, it was truly something different.
Yep.
So with that being said, I think
that pretty much covers everything we have to say about the con. This was just our quick little recap.
Yeah, quick little recap. Do support them. Hopefully the closing ceremonies. Let's go talk about a little bit more about the closing ceremonies, I guess.
Okay.
The way they thanked everyone, their celebrity guests for being there. Their staff.
Even the guests.
Yeah, even the people that attended, they were just very grateful for the people that just attended the convention. And to show, to tell us about, like, hey, it's thanks to us that they have this convention.
Right. And this is kind of where it comes in that we're encouraging you to support smaller cons, is that they basically talked about how difficult it is to survive as a con in this sort of competitive environment. Like, if people are going to refuse to come because the con is not big, then it's going to hurt newer cons' chances of actually becoming something.
And that's one of the things too, right? Is that in Florida, there's usually a convention going on almost every other week,
and there's new ones popping up all the time.
So it is hard to just be able to go to every single convention, but do try and support your local community by going to these conventions that cater to your.
In particular, try to support the smaller ones because this is your community that you're supporting.
Yeah. You're supporting your artists, you're supporting your vendors that are there. You're supporting, just the industry itself by going to these. And
what I meant to say is you're in addition to what you said, you're not supporting a big company by supporting a small con like this. You're supporting someone like us, like yourself.
Yeah.
That they're trying to do something for the people around them to provide something different. So if you want to see more unique things popping up, consider going to conventions like Omni or anything else small out there. EY is another good example.
And with that being said, I guess that
wraps it up.
Yeah. And thank you for watching Geek Tank. This is Kay.
This is Zia.
And we'll see you next time.